News.
A legend in the world of stand-up comedy has passed away. George Carlin died Saturday evening in Santa Monica from heart failure. He was 71. NBC's Mark Barger gives us a look back at his colorful career.
The one, the only, George Carlin, ladies and gentlemen.
George Carlin was counterculture irreverence personified.
I'm in the moment, on the edge, over the top, but under the radar.
For more than 50 years, Carlin's observational humor fueled books, comedy albums, and numerous TV specials.
Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that.
But it was one routine that made Carlin a comedy legend.
And the original list was this was all I could think of in one sitting.
7 words you can never say on television landed Carlin in jail following a 1972 concert on a charge of disturbing the peace.
I wanted to talk about those 7 in particular because they were never allowed. They had no saving grace. They had no other form.
The 7 dirty words routine led to a Supreme Court ruling in 1978 that upheld the government's right to sanction broadcasters for airing obscene language. Carlin's career started with a very traditional appeal in the late 50s and early 60s.
You with the earrings, out of line.
But the clean-cut look gave way to long hair and a beard, and in 1975, Carlin was Saturday Night Live's first ever host.
Thanks for joining.
Under the influence of cocaine.
Watch for the teeth grinding about 3/4 of the way through the show.
Despite Carlin's appeal to grown-ups,
Kid, you're not an 8.
he'd also lent his voice to many kid-friendly projects in recent years, including the animated hit Cars. But it was George Carlin's very adult comedy that will be his legacy.
It doesn't kill the roaches, but it fills them with self-doubt as to whether or not they're in the right house.
Mark Barger, NBC News.
KDES radio disc jockey Bob O'Brien was a friend of George Carlin. O'Brien says he introduced Carlin on stage 20 years ago. He says they bonded over music backstage and have been friends ever since. They often exchanged records. O'Brien spoke to KMIR 6 this afternoon about the loss of his friend.
We emailed back and forth a lot, so he preferred that because he was so busy. He was still touring, he was still writing. He was working on his house a lot in recent years. He was always occupied with something. But when he had free time, I'd get an email. And over the years, he had done a lot of appearances in game shows and talk shows that he had lost. He didn't have them. And I also collect videos. Besides collecting records, we shared a love of rhythm and blues music, but we also shared a love of old television. And I had a lot of his appearances, either on film or on video, and I got to provide him with a lot of the stuff he was missing.
O'Brien hosts KDES from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon.
And George Carlin is being remembered in Hollywood. Flowers, candles, and an American flag have been placed on Carlin's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He received the star in January of 1987.
Well, she's no stranger to controversy. Now